It's pro football with the drama and excitement, and a challenge flag is thrown by the referee. The whole game hinges on this one call. What will the referee decide? And what in the world does any of this have to do with the Catholic faith? I'm Dr. David Smithson with Catholic on Command, and I've got a Catholic short story you're not going to want to miss called The Instant Replay, a Catholic short story. He pounded one more shot. "Give me another one, Ray," he said to the bartender. "Same as the last." His eyes looked intently at the football game going on the widescreen TV behind the bar. He could feel the tension in his body growing. He ran his hand through his jet black hair. The zebra-attired referee had thrown the yellow flag. Looking at the TV, he knew that the play was close. And now that play meant everything. Did the player catch the ball in the end zone or out of the end zone? Were his feet in bounds or out of bounds? The referee was standing in front of the monitor at the stadium. The TV behind the bar changed to a commercial. As he looked at the newly placed shot in front of him, his thoughts traced back. This whole thing started because his apartment rent was late. His business venture hadn't been going well, without much income these last several months, and things were becoming desperate. And desperate times can warrant desperate decisions. So, for better or for worse, he decided to gather what limited savings he had and place a little wager on this football game he was currently watching. He knew the teams well and felt it was a surefire bet. If this football game works out, he'll have way more than enough for rent. If it doesn't, well, he doesn't even want to go there. He would be in a world of hurt. Again, it was a surefire bet, right? Unfortunately, things with this game weren't going as well as he had hoped, and now the game had gone right down to the wire. Yes, it was all very simple. It all hinged on the bet on this game, the game he was watching right now, which was unfolding in front of him. The football player clearly caught the ball. The only question is, were his feet inside the line of play, or were they not? This was the definitive play. If the player's feet were in bounds, he wins the bet. If the player's feet were out of bounds, he loses his bet. He again looks at the full shot glass in front of him and downs it. The TV commercial is ended. The referee is still looking at the monitor. The tension and anxiety further build. The TV cameras scan the crowd. Everyone is standing, waiting. The first camera angle of the play appears to show that he might be in bounds, but it's still questionable. The angle of the camera just doesn't show the whole picture. The next camera angle is basically inconclusive as well. The final camera angle, however, is the definitive view. It shows that the feet were touching the white line, that the player was indeed out of bounds. After seeing that camera angle, his posture slumped. He looked away from the TV with a huge grimace on his face. Things did not look good. At last, the referee trotted to the center of the field and made his call. The player's feet were not in bounds. He was out of bounds. Thus, it was ruled not a catch. The home crowd on the TV went delirious, as it meant that their team won. For him, back at the bar, it meant he lost the bet. His plan failed. He got up and left the bar, angry, despondent. Now how would he pay his rent? And to make things worse, he had lost what remaining money he had on the bet. Once outside, it had started to drizzle, and it was getting dark. He felt numb to the water spraying on his face as he got into his car. Where could he get some fast money? What a mess. As he started the car and pulled out of the bar, The alcohol from the shots really started to take effect. There was a part of him that didn't care. What was he going to do? His mind was spinning. Meanwhile, he began driving dangerously close to the side of the road. It all happened so fast, and yet at the same time it was almost in slow motion. He wasn't sure how he did it, but he ended up going over a guardrail and right into a deep crevice. It was just like that. His car hydroplaned with the rain as he was going too fast for the circumstances. He lost control of the car and then remembered feeling a very sudden and sharply horrible chest pain and had severe difficulty breathing. He was struggling for air. And then that was it. Silence. The next thing he remembered was looking down at his body in his mangled car at the base of the crevice. There it was, his body down below him, disfigured and tangled up inside the damaged car. The body was not moving. He was shocked and didn't know what to think. He was then suddenly whisked away from the crash site and found himself in front of a tall angel. The man was frightened, fidgety, shaking. He didn't know what was happening. He stuttered, "Am I dead?" The angel was calm and said to him, "Yes, you are. You have crossed over to the next world. I'm here to take you where you are to go next." The angel brought him to a large room which looked sort of like a huge home theater setup. There were 2 seats in the room, one seat much larger than the other seat. Restless, anxious, the man asked, "What is this?" The angel said, "This is where you will meet with the Lord." "What do you mean?" the man said. The angel said, "Well, there are 2 different seats. The smaller one for you and the much larger one for Jesus Christ, the sovereign Lord, the King, the Judge." "I still don't understand," the man said. "Let me explain it to you further," the angel said. "In this room, you will both take your respective seats. Then the video of your life will be played on the screen from the very beginning to the very end, with you and the Lord both watching. The video will be played from different angles. First, it will be played from your angle, which will demonstrate what you thought and did while you were alive. Then, it will be played from other people's angles that will show how you affected their lives and how your life influenced others and how they saw you. Finally, it will be played from God's angle, the definitive angle. Then, with you as you are fully present, our Lord makes his judgment for eternity. To use an analogy, some have called it life's instant replay. Thanks again for being here at Catholic on Command, where I do original Catholic storytelling and contemplations. Please like and subscribe if you would like to further this type of content. If you enjoyed this video, please see the link for another Catholic short story. Thanks again for being here at Catholic on Command, and God bless you.